camera. Say it again.
I will.
Okay, Natalie. Let me just... So you are now done with the very low-calorie protocol. You are now how many days into...
Maintenance?
The no starch, no sugar.
3 days.
3 days in.
Mm-hmm.
After the 3 days without HCG.
Yes.
Okay, so you are 3 days in.
Yeah.
Hunger, first of all, tell me, you're super surprised that you're not hungry yet. What else? Food tastes amazing. So the challenge has been making sure that you slow down and eat and be very conscious of continuing to not override that hunger signal with, this tastes so good! Yeah. Because it is easy to override it. But you've done a good job so far.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'll get hungry, and then I'm surprised by how little it actually takes till that hunger is gone. And, I had something really good today, which was probably the best tasting thing I've had in 3 days. And I had to be very conscious of where I was. And hunger was gone. I was halfway through. And I was like, all right, well, I guess that's going home. And, before, just even a month or so ago, I would have wiped out the entire thing and just kept eating. And that would have been after a bread basket, which I did not have today.
Yeah.
And then I probably would have had dessert,
Yeah, because food meant that it was that important to you, had that much power.
Yeah, and now it's like I taste it and it's good. Like, oh my God, avocado's been awesome.
Oh my God, I have avocado every day.
Yeah, I've been having a half avocado
So
with a boiled egg, and I put it together, and it's really good. But it's hard to explain. It's like I can appreciate it, and it's good, but that like high I used to try and get from food, that level of comfort that I used to try and get from food, that's gone.
Yeah, and how does that feel? Because it kind of feels like there's not a whole lot of excitement, or...
Yes. It feels kind of, I was thinking to myself, it's almost like, food is ruined in a way, but in a good way, because it really is, I'm eating because I need to eat, I didn't even want to, last night I had just some cottage cheese and a handful of nuts around dinner time, because I wasn't that hungry. I was hungry, but not a ton, and I thought, well, I'll have this, and then I'll eat in a couple hours when I'm hungry.
Yeah, well, we took kind of an obsessive issue out of your life. I mean, it was something that was really important to you, brought a lot of excitement, a lot of entertainment, something that you entitled yourself, and now you don't have those feelings.
Yeah.
So to me, honestly, the amount of power that you gave to food, you really need to put into something that's important to you.
Exactly.
And do something amazing. Because that's a lot of power you were giving to food.
Yeah, it was a ton.
So imagine all that energy, if you put it into something that you want to give back to, like some type of program for kids or girls or women or survivors of whatever it is, just whatever it is, idea. Something that you feel like you're making a difference in giving to, you're fueling the earth rather than sucking the life out of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great idea. I've been getting so much more work done too. That's the thing I've noticed is my time when I'm spending working, I'm so much more efficient because I realize, because I work from home.
Well, and your adrenals are functioning better, just so that you know.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And so is your thyroid.
Yeah.
How does it feel? We just turned back the clock big time. You understand? This is like, have you noticed your energy? Everything should be, you should feel younger.
Yeah, which is why I'm getting more done, because normally I'd be tired at 3 and I don't want to work anymore.
And then blaming your age.
Yeah, my age, my kids, my dogs.
No,
but
I mean...
I'm not. I go and then I stop because I'm like, well, I got to go pick up my son, so put the work away and then I need to go be mom. But even taking him, like I took him he had to go to the chiropractor yesterday, so I had to pick him up, take him. It was like 5:30. Before, I would have been way too tired to do that, to where I didn't even want to do it because I was tired. I used to think it was because I just wasn't a night person. Well, I don't want to go anywhere.
The food that you were eating. I mean, the thing is, we know fat is an organ. We know it functions, and it's one of the primary organs of the entire endocrine system. It regulates rate of the endocrine system. It is a humongous... It's not just fuel. I mean, this is written in this is well known in the science, the physiology of the human body. Well known now. Fat is an organ. Yeah. And food stimulates the release of fuel. Food stimulates the release of hormones. and when you really look at how you felt compared to how you feel now, this was truly a therapy to remove the size of your fat organ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Could you imagine if I had said to you, your liver is 3 times the size? And we need to, you would all of a sudden go, wow, I do have symptoms. So think about all the things that you thought was just you had, how many people, I can't tell you, the percentage of people that come in here on antidepressants, thyroid medications, those two is humongous.
Yeah, I've been off, I had a hyperactive thyroid, but I was of the 10% that didn't lose weight.
Why? Well, your thyroid should be.
But yeah, I right before I started, I started because you have to wean off of it, and I weaned off of it. And not only that, I'm off my allergy meds. I'm off my inhaler. Might be when if I decide to, hit the gym or something, I might have to hit it. But all that
inflammation.
Yeah, all the allergy stuff.
All the allergy, it's inflammatory response. That's what leptin does when it's way too high.
Yeah, I was on, I would do like Claritin, Flovent, and albuterol inhaler, and I was a regular Benadryl user. Now none of it. Yeah, well.
I'm going to charge you commissions on all the Benadryl. It's so funny when you really think about how much money you've saved.
The Flovent is over $100 for one thing, and I haven't needed any of it, so I know my breathing's better, which means I'm sleeping better.
The only expense is new clothes.
Yeah. No, I've definitely gotten some new clothes.
Or going back to old clothes, because you've gained and lost many times. But
exactly. I have a whole wardrobe.
Anything specific that you really want to, anything that you noticed this week, how excited were you to transition into adding fat?
Oh, I was super excited. I was dreaming about it.
It's exciting. I mean, fat is like, have so much appreciation for natural, organic fat.
Yeah.
Butter, nut butters.
Yeah.
I mean, just the whole, fish oils.
Mm-hmm.
You had salmon yet?
No, I haven't had salmon yet. The first thing I did was the avocado. That was the first thing I did the next day was avocado, with egg, and that was really good. But one thing that surprised me was, because when I was on, the low-calorie protocol, I kind of had an idea in my head I wanted to eat all this stuff when I went on maintenance, and I haven't even tried most of it yet because I'm just content with what I'm eating, with the avocado. I'm so content with the avocado.
Organically,
it's just normally, naturally coming. And I thought, like I said, I put 2 bottles of wine aside because I thought the day I hit maintenance, I'm going to have a glass of red wine because you can add it in. Mm-hmm. I haven't done it yet. I'm like, I do want to, I'll have to get to that.
Wait till you have the craving. I think that's really important too.
Yep.
I have very specific cravings, and I change what I eat based on what pops up into my head.
Yeah.
Like I am going to start my period in the next couple days, and yesterday afternoon, I was like, I really need some dark chocolate. Next time I'm hungry, I ate some dark chocolate. Even though I'm on this, I'm restricting my starches right now for inflammatory reasons. Mm-hmm. I said, whatever, chocolate.
Yeah.
And I did, and it honestly, it was like,
yeah.
Didn't have the craving anymore. But
when I like too that this week it really hit home to me that this is up to me now. That no one is going to tell me what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat. It's fully, like we talked about, full responsibility. It's all on me. Mm-hmm. So
to
it's
assess
my decision
and use the hunger scale. Are you in any way have you been nervous crossing your fingers you don't blow up?
The first day I was kind of like,
out.
oh my gosh, I was nervous about it.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, and the other thing that I know I'm still getting used to is that fat is not a bad thing. Like, you were
traumatized in the 80s and the 90s with the non-fat.
Yeah, like even there was some, I had a turkey burger and there was some mayonnaise there. And I was with my sister. I'm like, look at me eating mayonnaise,
Yeah, and not freaking out about it.
Yeah, and like just kind of like, okay, yeah, and having...
Well, you're trusting the body.
Nuts. Yeah.
You are so reliant right now that the body's not going to hurt you.
Yeah. I realized that my body's always been set up perfectly. I was the one who was messing with the system. If you let it work and function, like you talk about with the hunger... That's all. So it's no more. It's so freeing to know that it's like, I'm hungry. I just freaking eat.
I know it.
Hunger's gone. Stop eating.
The funny thing about all this new science is that it's so overwhelming when you look at how much information we're getting as far as all of the hormones your fat is putting into the system, how they influence, how your gut influences hunger. What we know that this one new hormone has negative feedback loops, so more is not better, but and that, the optimum range is relative to where this hormone's at. So if this hormone level changes, then this optimum range. It's so overwhelming to even think and comprehend it all that scientists are aware that the more we learn, the more we realize we know much less than we thought we did.
Yeah.
And why I just don't think that our brains are capable of comprehending the innate intelligence of the human body. I don't think we can comprehend it.
Yeah.
So to me, you want to make it simple? Just eat when you're hungry and trust your body knows whatever it's doing. Just know as a woman it's not going to be the same like it is for men. And men who make diets up, it's usually the same for every single person because they have no way of recognizing, oh, women are hungry.
Yeah. Like on Weight Watchers, you get a certain amount of points.
Did it ever change based on ovulation in cycles?
No, it didn't. But then you had to at least eat those points so that you didn't undereat. And my whole game and obsession would become hitting that number and eating that whether I wanted it or not. So if I had 2 more points to go, I'd pop a sugar-free pudding. It's just like that's not what it should be about.
So we've got like 3 minutes. Anything specific you want to say? Because you are now in kind of a totally different phase, and it's a very different game. You are now being tested. I mean, it is you.
Yeah.
So the test, what's happening for you is you are being tested to know where are your true desires at this point. We have filtered out, I think, a lot. I like to think of it as a bunch of boulders we've kind of gotten rid of, but how much sediment do we still need to get through? And the only way to know is to actually get into the world that we have. It's not like we just threw you out into the cold. You do have a little bit of a life vest with the no sugar, no starch.
Yeah.
And the strategy of adding fat, but...
Yeah, and I've had that. And for me, I think the next task is going to be to have that glass of wine.
Oh, yes.
Like I said, I'm very looking forward to being a cheap drunk again. It's not going to take much.
No, it's not. Not right now. Not right now. But make it worth it. And just remember the game I talk about. 3.5, 5.5. And the other thing is if you want to continue to have... Because you still have... I would... Based on your body fat compositions right now... You really do have about 20 pounds of extra fat organ. 20 pounds.
Yeah.
So you're still highly susceptible to stimulating too much leptin. You've got 20 pounds of fat cells releasing more leptin and all of those hormones. So, you have to you have to think in terms of rationing.
Yeah. The
3.5, 5.5 zone is the ideal zone to ration, so you're eating as little as possible, but refraining from starvation. Yeah. So if you continue to do that, I would be anxious to see how your body transforms in the next couple of months.
Yeah, exactly. And then after I go home and come back, I have that trip coming up, then I might just do another round.
Yeah, and let's just see where you're at. It's more, we've got to get your head in the game before we start you with another round. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything else?
No, just thank you.
Hey, you're the one doing the work. I'm just sitting here going, you can do it.